All right, hi, I'm Ethan Schuler,
I'm Gabe Reyes.
and we're here to talk to you about our classic boating business, the club.
So, in most businesses in the boating industry offer one service to a variety of people. We offer all services to a group with a selected interest. We will provide classic boat enthusiasts a place to socialize, restore, buy, and sell all in the same place. All they need to do is pay a yearly membership fee, and all aspects of their interests can be fulfilled. Because of this, we can keep a group of loyal customers for years, even decades, who want a single outlet for their greatest interest. So, the problem we're trying to solve is just like in the classic car world, there are a lot of people who, in America and in the Bay Area, that are passionate about restoration and ownership of classic boats. There is a common wooden hull design in both motorboats, often Chris Craft style, and sailboats of the 1950s and the 1960s that are still popular to this day. There are often clubs in the classic car world for enthusiasts to restore, buy, sell, and help each other with their prized possessions, Model T Club being one of the biggest examples. And while there are similar clubs in the classic boat world, there are no truly conventional businesses that support members of these clubs in the Bay Area. The main problem is that while communities of classic boat enthusiasts already exist, their hobby is not only extremely expensive, but also very time-consuming, and it requires a great deal of knowledge. If a classic boat enthusiast retired and are in their 80s, perhaps they have the time they need, but not. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay. They have the time they need. However, if a classic boat enthusiast is in their 50s, they might have the money, but not the time, because they're working all the time. And if they're younger than that, they might have the time, but not the knowledge. So we're trying to open it up to all age groups and get the biggest possible market that we can get. So our solution is, we're offering these services to all groups. It'll be a private boat club that fulfills all the interests, and we're split into 3 categories: sales, restoration, and events. We'll provide people the opportunity to buy and sell any classic boats. We'll provide space for people to restore boats on their own, or the services for an additional cost. We'll do it for them. And for those that don't have the knowledge, we can help them too. So we'll create a sense of community between club members, all bound together by a common interest, through club events and meals. At our business, we will most greatly value passion, loyalty, and drive. The drive will ensure our commitment to success because it will ensure we put the proper time and energy into the business and its long-term sustainability. The passion will ensure that we connect well with the community and appeal to our customers. And because we hope to attract people that are passionate about the classic boat community. The loyalty will ensure that us, our employees, and our club members will stay committed long-term, which is always critical to the success of a business.
To expand upon a little bit the demographics of marketing, he talked about kind of retirees that have the time, but not necessarily the outlet, and then people who have the interest who are still working but not necessarily the time. The people that are kind of in the middle-aged working category will generally be of like an upper income kind of area because they're people that will be giving more money but not necessarily spending as much time. So they're working, they're making money, and eventually what they want to do is become the retiree category that can come in and do the work themselves. The retiree category includes these people and then also people who are still kind of in an upper income bracket but can also sort of be in the upper middle kind of area because they've retired, they're spending all of their time on this and they don't necessarily have to spend as much money to be part of the club because they're doing the work themselves, they're educating others. And the third kind of demographic that will hopefully come about as a result of the club being around a long time is actually a younger kind of next generation demographic. So ideally we would kind of start with the retirees, get the club up and running, then kind of appeal as we add in the services and things that people can pay for kind of on a need basis rather than on a yearly club membership basis. That'll add in the working, the kind of middle-aged demographic, and then after the club's been around long enough for people to really kind of bring their families and be part of the membership for a while, ideally younger people would get involved. People would grow up being around this kind of thing, and they would want to be part of the club their whole life. In terms of startup costs and the way that we're going to go about, because this business has a lot of different aspects to it, is because we're kind of starting with the retirement demographic, our startup costs will only be a simple warehouse space for people who want to bring in the boats and do the work themselves. So basically we're just looking for around $20,000. There are warehouses in Sausalito that rent for about $2 to $3 per square foot. And what we would kind of do is we would start with our marketing tactics, which I'll go over in a minute, and then get kind of the client base who's interested in just bringing their boats in, and then based on the amount that we have, we'll find a warehouse with the right amount of space for that. And once we kind of get that up and running, then we'll add in materials, we'll add in kind of our own services for people to appeal to the middle-aged demographic. We'll add in events for club members, and then we'll add in a service to allow people to buy and sell boats. How are we doing?
7.
Okay. So, for our marketing, kind of first marketing tactics, there are groups in Northern California, kind of like the Model T Club that Gabe was saying, that exist for classic boat owners, but what they don't have is the location and the outlets that we have. So there will be easy ways to kind of get clients interested by simply going to and contacting these clubs, finding lists of members. As soon as you join and sign up for these, you can get a list of all of the members, you can talk to the members, we can appeal to them personally, we can bring in flyers, we can email, talk on the phone, and get the customer base really quickly. And then once we do that, it'll be easier to kind of appeal to a broader base of people in Sausalito and the Bay Area once we kind of have that those customers from the beginning. I'm at 8 minutes. Do we need to stop? Or?
No, keep going.
Okay.
Cover what you need to cover.
So, because we're kind of in a lot of different areas, we're kind of a variety of services for a small niche, if that makes sense. Our competition is not really direct in any other businesses, but we have, each aspect of our business has different kinds of competition that sort of provides that specific service to a broader base. So there are obviously boat brokerage offices in Sausalito, but they don't just focus on classic boats. There are yacht clubs that provide the events and the kind of community aspects for boats in general, but not the kind of focus on restoration and classic boats. Our biggest competitor in terms of the restoration services is a place called the Spalding Wooden Boat Center, which is in Sausalito, and it's actually non-profit, but it provides a place and education for people who want to learn about servicing, but they don't have the community aspect, and they don't really have a club aspect either. It's just kind of you go in, you pay, and you can either take lessons or get it restored. So I would say that we have competition in various areas, but it's really easy for us to go about it from a perspective that kind of shows how we're different and a kind of unusual approach to what we're doing. So we really envision in the long term that this club is going to be a place for multi-generations, people who want to fulfill this interest in all areas, a place that people can start by learning about restoring boats, start by going to any time they're off work, and then ending with them going there in replace of work. So it's a place that people want to devote their whole lives to, people who already have this kind of passion, a place that they can fulfill it. And that's